Hey everybody, and welcome to Dollar Workout Club. I'm Lynn, this is Natalie, and this is Drew. And today we're going to be leading you in an amazing full body workout. And if you're wondering who to follow, I'm going to be doing the modified or less intense version of every exercise. So if you want to do that, you follow green. For more of an intermediate level, you're going to follow Natalie. And for the most intense form of each move, you're going to be following Drew over here. All right, so what we're going to go ahead and do is show you each version of the exercise and a lot of the modifications so that you know who to follow throughout, and then we'll go into the warm-up, and Drew will explain the workout for us. So the first move we're going to be doing is a plie squat. So it's a little bit different than a squat. The closer your feet are together, actually the harder it is. For a modified version, you'll probably be at least standing shoulder width apart, and your toes are actually out at about a 45-degree angle, okay? So instead of straight forward, they're out at an angle. Then you're going to bend at your knees. You're going to come down. Now we're using a ledge. You can use a chair or anything pressed up that's sturdy against the wall because you want some support. You're going to squat down, keeping that chest raised, and then you're going to come up, pushing through those heels all the way up, and then squeezing those glutes at the top, just like Natalie's doing here. So that's the modified version. For intermediate or advanced, you're actually going to be doing the same motion. The only difference is the weight you're going to be using. So whether you're yellow or red, this is the same motion. Grab a weight that you feel is comfortable. Natalie wants to show how you can use something around your house. So she's actually just using a gallon of water. And Drew's using a really heavy weight. So their feet are out, their toes are angled, they're bending down, keeping that chest raised all the way to the ground, and then coming all the way back up and squeezing their glutes really tight at the top. One more, down, up, and squeeze. Perfect. Now for bench press, we're also all doing the exact same motion regardless of fitness level. The only difference is the weight you're using. I have some really light soup cans to use throughout the exercise. Natalie's using some larger one, and of course Drew's still using the heavy weight. You're going to be laying down flat on your back is pressed against the mat. You have your feet out, or you can have them bent. You have the weights up straight above your shoulders, and then you're going to bend it down, bend at the elbow, bringing your arms straight by your side. So if you saw it from the top angle, you'd see their arms are kind of forming a T. And then you're going to push that weight up, bringing it up and squeezing your chest at the top. So up, squeeze, bringing the elbows back down, up and squeeze. Perfect. Next motion that we're going to be doing is bridges. So Natalie's going to show the green or modified version. You're going to be laying flat on your back. Your knees are going to be up in the air. You're going to have your hands by your side, and that's for really stability. As you then hinge and lift your hips high off the ground and really squeezing your glutes at the top of that motion. Then lowering it back down slowly, up and squeeze. You're engaging your core during that entire movement. The only difference between this and the yellow level is that you're going to be using some weight. So intermediates are going to grab a weight. She's again using her gallon jug, putting it right there on her hip, and then she's coming up, squeezing and lowering back down. You don't want that weight on your stomach. You want it right there around your hip bone, okay? Yeah, don't want it there. Perfect. So Drew's going to be showing the advanced or red level of the bridges. What you're going to do is you're going to stick one leg out straight, and then you're going to be putting all of your weight on that opposite leg, still bridging up, squeezing those hips, squeezing the glutes, and back down. Perfect. The only difference is you can either alternate in between reps, or what I would prefer you do is do 6 on one leg, then switch legs and do the following 6 on the other. And you'll learn more about that when Drew goes over the workout. Okay, so the next move we're all doing again at the same level, which is the upright dumbbell row. You're going to grab your weights, however heavy you want to do. You're going to have it so that your palms are facing towards you, holding the weight. And then you're going to go ahead and bend those elbows, and you're going to raise those elbows up until you've formed a T with your body, and then bring those weights right back down. Bringing them up, rowing, you'll feel the tension in your shoulders, and bringing that right back down. Perfect. The next motion we're going to be doing is dumbbell side raises. Again, using whatever weight you prefer. As you can see, Natalie's alternating a little bit between the movements to make it a little bit more difficult for herself. You're going to grab those weights. Your palms are going to be facing each other this time, holding the weight. And then you're going to lift those arms out to the side, coming again to the T motion. You don't want to go too high. You want to just come to right about a T, and then lowering those weights back down. If you want to make it a little easier, you can do a slight bend in your elbow as you come up. And if you want to make it more difficult, keep those arms straight throughout the entire motion. Next, we're going to be doing some reverse curls. So this one, you're definitely going to want to grab a little bit of a lighter weight. This is a very difficult move. It's different from a dumbbell curl in that we're actually doing where your palms are facing down, okay? You're usually doing dumbbell curls where your palms are facing up. So you hold that weight, the palms are facing down. You still keep those elbows in really tight against your body, and then you lift those arms up. Now, because of the motion, when you lift your arms up, I get a common question, is it normal that your arms go slightly outward? And the answer is yes. So your arms will go slightly out, you'll bring it up, and you'll squeeze those biceps at the very top and lower. You're really gonna feel this throughout your forearm doing these reverse curls. That's normal, if you're wondering. And again, just choose a weight that's good for you. If the weight is too heavy, you can put it down and just do the motion if that's a little bit easier. Okay, next we're gonna be doing behind the head tricep extensions. So you're gonna grab whatever weight you feel is best for this motion. You're gonna bring it up. You're gonna just bend at the elbow, and you're keeping those elbows in pretty close to your head. And then you're gonna have the weight, bend it down, and then you're gonna extend it all the way up into a forward position. So they're straight above your head. Again, only bending at the elbow, keeping those elbows in really tight, and extending all the way up. Okay, make sure you use a good weight for that one. You want it to be heavy, but you wanna be able to finish all the reps. Okay, and then the last move we're doing is the bicycle crunch. So it's gonna be a little bit different based on your modification and level. So for the green, what you're gonna be doing is you're gonna be laying down on the ground. You're gonna be actually keeping your arms sturdy by your side for support, and you're only gonna be moving your legs. And what you're gonna be doing, you're gonna have one leg out, touching the floor, one leg, bringing that knee in as high as it can go, and then you're gonna alternate. Back and forth, like you see Natalie doing here. This is how the green's gonna do it. Back and forth. One leg is always touching down at the ground. The other switches and brings the knee up to the chest as high as you can. For the intermediate level, you're actually gonna also add in those arms. So you're gonna reach up, reach the opposite elbow to the opposite knee, going in this fast motion like that. So just think of twisting your body towards the opposite knee. So opposite, back and forth. Perfect. So Drew's gonna be doing the hardest version. I do not envy you reds today. So you're gonna be taking a heavy weight, you're gonna be lifting it out towards towards the midsection of your waist, but high up in the sky. Then you're gonna be holding it there, lifting that body off the ground the entire time while you rotate your legs back and forth. And you keep your legs off the ground the entire time. So unlike the green or modified version, you don't get to rest those legs, okay? Back and forth, holding that weight in position, keeping your shoulders and back off the floor the entire time. Perfect. Okay, I know that was a lot to go through, and if you aren't really sure exactly those exercises, don't worry, you're gonna be able to watch and follow us throughout the entire movement. Natalie and I are gonna go ahead and do the warm-up while Drew explains the workout for you guys today.
All right, guys, we got 3 supersets today that we're gonna do. We're doing all those movements that Lynn explained, but we're doing 12 reps for each. So, 12 plie squats, 12 bench press, 12 bridges, 12 upright dumbbell rows, 12 dumbbell side raises, 12 reverse curls, 12 behind the neck tricep extensions, and 12 bicycle crunches. That's a lot to say. After you do that, you're resting for 60 seconds before you start round 2. Do the same thing, go all the way through, rest 60 seconds, and then round 3. And we're going for time, so we're all going at our own pace. You go at your own pace at home there, and record your time and share it with your friends. Other people comment in the section below, tell us what your time was, at what level you did, and let's have fun with it. It's just 3 rounds for time, and whatever time you finish at is fantastic. So push yourself, but be safe. I'm going to join them in the warm-up, and then we'll go ahead and get started. What are we doing, hugging ourselves?
Whew, man, that really is a mouthful for this workout.
I know.
And just like reading through and going through the motions, it's going to be intense. But it's great that we're doing a full body workout, hitting all those different muscle groups.
Yeah.
I love getting all those in.
And plus all the reps and exercise will be on the screen for you guys to follow along in case you get lost, because we get lost sometimes too.
Full body, we do.
Yeah.
Full body workouts are awesome because if, let's say for example, you have a really busy week and you're only going to be able to work out twice that week. As long as you're getting 2 full body workouts in, you know that you're going to hit every single muscle group, even if it's not as many times as you normally would do or would like to do.
All right, let's do a few push-ups. Nice slow pace. Loosen up the shoulders, loosen up those elbows.
You don't necessarily have to go all the way down. This is just to get your body nice and warm.
Do about 5 of them. 4 and 5.
And it's okay if you don't end up going at the exact same level as the person that you're following, because this is for time. We're going to go as fast as we can. And if at home you're going a little bit slower or faster, that's fine. That's why the workout's up on the screen. And just count and keep track of your reps.
We're going to do some trunk twists, loosen up that core, because we're going to be using the core a lot today.
I like the stretch.
Yeah. You could also use this at the dance club Good dance move.
Please don't.
Just kidding.
Please don't do that.
Call
All
it
right.
the Drew. It's the new dance move.
Hashtag the Drew dance. Okay, you guys, make sure you have your water close at hand and get ready in position to start your plie squats because we're going to be starting in just about 5 seconds. All right, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Yep.
Good job, guys.
Plie.
The key here is that you want to make sure that your heel stays on the ground. So if you have a hard time keeping your heel on the ground, then just put your feet a little bit further apart widthwise.
Yep, and really squeeze in that core and lift that chest during the entire movement.
I like this exercise because it really works your booty.
Makes me think of a
I'm
ballerina.
already feeling it in my outer glute. Whew. Nice job.
So you'll notice here that I'm alternating between a heavier weight and a lighter weight. A lot of times on the leg exercises, my legs are a little bit stronger, so I can do the lighter or the heavier weight. But on these chest exercises, I need to do them the lighter weight.
Remember to squeeze that chest.
Bridges.
Woo! And keep going into each exercise, you guys. Try not to take any breaks during this first set. Try to just make continual motions. Focus on your breathing. Focus on good form. And really challenge yourself. We want to get your heart rate up. This is why we stack these exercises back to back. We want to get the benefit of the cardiovascular workout as well as the strength training. Really squeeze those glutes at the top if you're still on bridges.
Make sure each rep counts. Make sure you do good quality reps. No half reps. Make sure each rep is nice, good quality.
If you find that when you're standing up from the bridge position into the upright row and you start to feel a little bit lightheaded, then take a second to make sure that you don't feel lightheaded anymore before you continue with the exercise. Sometimes if you're doing a lot of up and then down and then up and then down, it's not necessarily uncommon to feel lightheaded, but it can also be a sign of dehydration as well. So make sure that you're drinking enough water.
Yeah, sometimes when I get up a little too fast, I just have to regain my balance before I start again. And remember, you guys, the reason why we're doing these back to back is to get that heart rate up, and we do have 60 seconds rest at the end of the first set, and so we really want to try to save that break till that point, okay? So we really want to spike that heart rate before we bring it back down. So try to keep going, even if you're going slow, try to keep moving.
Gosh, my arms are burning. That's a good workout.
I know, my arms are on fire. These reverse curls are always very hard for me. Remember with this, to really squeeze that bicep when you come to the top. Okay, bring it to the top and squeeze.
For me, the behind the neck tricep extensions that we're going into next, the soup cans are a little too light, and this is a little too heavy if I'm going to do 2. So instead, I just hold 1, and I do it like this.
Remember to try to keep those elbows in close to your head. You don't want bringing them out or having them move throughout the motion. You're kind of keeping them in tight in the same motion throughout, just really lifting those hands and forearms up and down.
And on these bicycle crunches, remember you're doing 12 each leg, so 24 total.
Woo! Now when you're doing your bicycle crunches, the closer you can keep your leg to the ground, the harder it's going to be. So let me show you. So if I'm going like this, it's a lot harder than if I go like this. All right? So you really want to try and keep your legs as close to the ground as possible and get a full extension in your legs.
And remember, you're doing 12 on each side, you guys. So don't jip yourself doing only 6 at each side. If it helps, count to 24 instead as you do each leg.
All right, 60
Yeah, I like
seconds.
to count to 24. It's a little bit easier than 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Make sure that once you finish with the bicycle crunches, you take a look at the timer on the clock because the 60-second rest is going to be different depending on how quickly you went through that round.
And you'll notice you're a little bit out of breath. Again, we're getting that heart rate up so that we can get more fat burning into this exercise, even though we're also doing the strength training. That's why I really want you to try to limit your breaks. Try not to take a break during the actual routine, even if you have to slow it down just a tiny bit, keep moving, and only take a rest during the 60 seconds, which you get at the end of each round, you guys, okay?
You can use the 60 seconds if you want to practice your Drew move.
Yeah, hey, it's
Your
exercise.
dance, you mean your dance moves? Dance moves. Yeah.
All right, yellows, we have about 15 seconds left.
Yeah, I take the 60 seconds to hydrate because it's really important to stay hydrated. I take it to hydrate, maybe wipe off some sweat, loosen my limbs, and get ready for the next round, which is coming up pretty soon.
3, 2, go.
All right, for those that have followed me, we're starting in just 3, 2, 1, and go. And it's okay if you're at a different pace. If you're not on the same level as we are, that's totally fine. Just keep track of your reps. Honestly, I know for me, especially because I'm talking throughout the exercise, I sometimes lose track of where I'm at. I usually just try to overachieve and do a couple extra reps to make sure I'm not jipping myself and then move on to the next exercise. Hopefully you guys at home are counting.
On your plie squats, make sure that your feet are even width apart. You don't want one foot way out here. That's weird. You want to keep them even right below your shoulders.
Nice job. Focus on form, you guys. Remember that each rep counts. Each rep matters, okay? It's really easy to suffer on form, especially in rounds 2 and 3 because we're fatigued. I like to think about form throughout the entire motion and repeat it in my head just so that I really get in every rep count, every good motion.
You see I'm playing around with the weights here. So I have the soup cans in the last round, but they felt a little bit easy to me, so I'm increasing the weight by doing my gallon jugs of water. And this is a lot more challenging than the soup cans were.
Woo!
Good job, Team Red. Keep pushing yourself.
Make sure if you're following me and Natalie, if you're on bridges, make sure you really squeeze your glutes at the top, you guys. I know when we're doing a round that's for time, that we sometimes challenge ourselves to go faster and we don't complete each rep. And make sure you really make the most out of each move. Okay, really squeezing those glutes at the top.
Whew. Yeah, see, I need to adjust a second when I go from lying down to standing up, just because I get a little tiny bit lightheaded, so I need to give myself a second, which is fine if you need to also.
Really is great to have a couple variations of weights sometimes when we're doing these full body exercises, just so that you can alternate and really make the most out of the workout. Because some of these moves you could go maybe a little bit heavier, and some of them maybe a little bit lighter. And if you're modified and you're getting really tired in any of these moves, especially ones that we don't work that muscle group as much, such as the reverse curls, it's okay to put down the weight and just do the motion without the weight. So I'm gonna show how I'm gonna do that. When I get to the reverse curls, I'm gonna go ahead and put that weight down and just do the motion.
If you're like me, you might find that you tend to have one arm that kind of goes a little bit higher than the other. So really focus on keeping those arms controlled and bringing them to the same level. Good job, guys.
Focusing on your breathing,
my
you
arms
guys.
are burning.
I'm gonna be doing this motion without the weight. Woo! It's okay to put down that weight and just do the motion. Remember, we wanna keep pushing through. Okay, even if it's hard, keep breathing, keep going. We're almost to our break.
Good job, Team Red. If you guys are keeping up with me, we've only got one more round left. So rest up. Let's go really hard this last round and push ourselves. The first round, you kind of get a feel for everything. You know, see how difficult each movement is. By the third round, you should know how to do the moves a little bit more efficiently and effectively. So let's finish strong here.
So on this behind the neck tricep extension, you really want to make sure that you're keeping your body straight. I don't want to see you going like this.
Don't arch your back
when you lift
either.
up. That's really poor form.
Almost there, you guys. Keep pushing through. I know towards the end, it could be really difficult. You could be really tired. You could be wanting to quit. Okay, but keep going.
All right.
Don't give up. We have 60 seconds break just ahead of us. It's not too far from here.
Here we go.
You can keep going. Woo! All right, look at the
Bicycle
clock.
crunches.
Know that you have 60 seconds break, okay? Whew. Those
burn.
are hard, man. Those are burning. Get a quick drink of water if you need. Focus on kind of calming your breath. If you feel like your heart rate's really high, that's normal. Focus on your breathing to calm that down before our last set.
Now, if this doesn't feel hard to you, that means that you're not using a heavy enough weight. So these full body workouts really focus on resistance training. We're not doing as much of a cardiovascular workout in this workout. So you really want to make sure that you're using a weight that challenges you. And how do you know if it's heavy enough? Well, my general rule of thumb is that if on the last rep you're really struggling to keep good form, then you're probably at a weight that's heavy enough. If it feels really easy and you're not that taxed, then you probably need to increase your weight.
Yeah, and it's okay to push pause and go find something in your house or go grab a different weight if you pick the wrong one to start out with, okay? Make sure you finish this last rep strong. We're gonna be starting in just a little over 10 seconds.
Here we go.
And I like to focus on my last round being the best round, keeping the same amount of intensity or more, like Natalie said, making sure that it's a struggle to finish. And let's go.
Let's finish strong. Let's go.
Really focus on not leaning over like this. That's bad form. Keep your back nice and straight and push up off your heels when you come up. And then right when you get to the top, squeeze those butt cheeks together.
Woo, my butt cheeks are burning. Almost there, you guys. Good form. Good job. Remember, going right into each move. Try not to take a break because this is the very end. We want to keep that heart rate up as high as possible. Focusing on good form throughout all of the movements. Nice job. Focus on your breathing. Focus on the moves. Think about the form throughout.
You know, we just got done with bench press, which works your chest. And I used to think it was silly to want to work your chest as a girl. But what I've learned is that it's really important because it creates balance between all your upper body muscles. And when you do something like a bench press or push-up, not only does it work your chest, but it works your shoulders and a little bit of your triceps too. So you're working other muscle groups other than just your chest.
Yeah, when I used to think the exact same thing, and then I noticed that as I was doing more of the chest exercises, especially things like push-ups, my back started getting really nice and defined.
Definitely.
We just want to make sure we hit every muscle group.
Oh, man.
Good job, Team Red. Now that we're done, cheer on your spouse, your friends, if someone else is doing this workout with you. So I'm going to cheer these guys on. Good job, ladies.
Woo!
Move those soup cans, those water jugs.
So in this workout, every single round, when I've stood up from bridges to upright row, I've had to take a second because I just felt a little bit lightheaded. I always forget, and I shot up too quick. So if you notice that tends to happen to you as well, try to stand up a little bit slower. Don't use me as an example. Or just take a second to rest like I did once I stood up.
Let's go. Let's finish strong.
Yep, finish strong. Really focus on each
Here we
rep.
Remember, quality over quantity. The cool thing about the way these workouts are structured is you're getting the benefits of both cardio and resistance training in one workout. That's why it's only 12, 15, 20 minutes long. But you don't need to spend 45 minutes on the treadmill, 45 minutes lifting weights, with 3-minute breaks in between. You're getting the benefits of both in just this, 12 to 15-minute workout that we're doing here. So that's why it's so great, and you're burning so many calories after you're done too. It's not just about how many calories you burn during a workout session, it's about how many calories you burn after it. So, you guys are doing good.
Oh man. My heart rate, I can definitely tell it's up. I'm definitely starting to sweat more.
You guys are about 14 minutes in. 14 minutes. And you're almost there.
Focus on breathing, you guys. It's a home stretch. If you haven't finished, that's okay. Either have I. Keep going. Keep breathing. Keep pushing yourself. Don't quit.
Yep. Make sure and hang around for afterwards. We got a great motivational recipe video for you to watch after this, and we're also going to do some stretching. So stick around. And if you guys are, behind, for example, Lynn and Natalie right now, that's totally fine. Go at your own pace. Remember, it's you against you. And so if you need to, just push pause and finish this workout, okay? Do whatever it takes to finish, even if you have to do 1 rep at a time.
But if you did go really fast and you beat Drew, then brag about it in the comments.
You should totally brag about that
That's
in the
not
comments.
possible. It's not possible. Unless
Yeah,
you're
like Drew said,
just kidding.
this isn't about beating us. This is
Yeah.
about competing with yourself. That's why it's always great to write down on the workout how you did, or comment, leave it in the comments. You know, so you can kind of keep track of how you did and compare yourself to you. If you haven't finished this workout yet, don't worry about that. Keep pushing and keep going. And you know what? Push pause so that you can pick back up with us, because we're going to be starting our cool down and stretching portion of the video.
All right. So what we're going to do right now is a quad stretch. So go ahead and grab that ankle and pull it in nice and close to your butt, as close as possible, till you should feel a nice good stretch in your quad here. And use something for balance if you need something. Grab your earlobe or your nose. What do you grab, your ear?
My ear.
Yep.
My nose. You have your nose now?
You can touch
It
your
works.
nose. I
Yeah,
know.
touch your nose. Whatever you
I'm
need.
really uncoordinated. If you've been a member for a while, you probably see in every video
Always
I
tripping
fall,
over
or I
stuff.
trip, or I do the wrong side. I'm not.
Hold it
not
for a good 30
coordinated.
seconds.
Ah, that's good.
All right, switch.
Woo. Another thing, you guys, I know sometimes, you know, if we're not flexible, which I'm not very flexible, sometimes some of these moves you might be like, I can't get into that because I can't grab my foot. That's okay. You can get a chair instead and just put the back of your foot on that chair and press down on that foot against the chair, and that's still going to stretch your quad.
Yep. All right, shoulder stretch. Grab that arm, bring it across your chest. Pull it in nice and tight with your opposite arm and squeeze it and hold it. You should feel a nice, good stretch right in here in your shoulder. Your shoulder should be fatigued after doing all these upright rows and dumbbell side raises and bench press. Hold it nice and tight. And switch. Good job. Other side now. Squeeze.
And even though we only do these stretches for the 30 seconds, you can actually do 2 to 3 rounds of these stretches. So if you want, continue stretching while you watch that recipe and motivational video. Stretching is great, you guys. It's gonna help with muscle recovery. It's gonna help with muscle soreness. It's always important to stretch.
All right, let's drop it down into a cobra stretch. So you're gonna lay flat on your belly, okay? And you're gonna glue those hips, your pelvis to the ground, and you're gonna extend those arms as high up as your body will allow you to, and you should feel a nice, good stretch in your abs. Not everybody is that flexible, so just come up as far as you can until you feel comfortable, but you should still feel good stretch in your abs.
Oh, that's good. Man, those bicycles really did me in.
Yeah.
That was amazing. Hopefully you felt it in those bicycles too. If not, next time go up a little bit of a level, all right? Nice job, you guys. You did awesome. We were so happy to have you here at Dollar Workout Club to work out with us today, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
What's up, everyone? I want to talk to you guys today about the issue of taste buds. Yep, you heard that right, taste buds. The reason I want to bring up taste buds is because our taste buds are so powerful and they can actually adjust to the types of foods that we're eating. For example, I'm going to bring you guys back to my Fit to Fat to Fit journey. So when I started Fit to Fat to Fit, I was eating, a bunch of junk food, highly processed food, drinking soda, and I'll admit at first it did not taste that great because my body and my taste buds were used to, healthy whole foods. And then it took some time to adjust to these, delicious, highly processed foods. And then the interesting thing was throughout those 6 months, my body became more and more accustomed to those types of foods. And the interesting thing was when I transitioned back to healthy food, it did not taste as good as I remembered. And I think that's why so many people struggle with transitioning to a new lifestyle or trying a new diet, is because the healthy food does not taste that good, because they've grown up eating things like Cinnamon Toast Crunch or soda and white bread and white pasta and chips, cookies, and crackers, and then you try and feed them broccoli, their taste buds aren't accustomed to that type of food yet. So you need to give yourself a transition period and understand that it's going to take a while for your body to maybe adjust to these types of healthy whole foods, like, you know, vegetables and fruits and nuts and seeds and those kinds of foods. So give yourself some time and be patient with yourself, but just know that your body does adjust. Your taste buds can adjust to the types of foods. So don't quit if you try broccoli for the first time or Brussels sprouts and you're like, oh, this is disgusting. Why would I eat this? I'm going to go back to my, you know, Mountain Dew. So give yourself some time, be patient, and remember that this is a lifestyle change.
Hey guys, we just want to take a second to let you know how much we appreciate you. Dollar Workout Club wouldn't be a club without each of you guys, and you mean so much to us.
Yeah, and we want you guys to leave your comments. There's a section below where you can talk about if you've tried the recipe or how you thought of the workout or how you did in the workout or questions about the motivational tips. If you have comments or questions, please leave them below.
Yeah, and don't forget to invite your friends, you guys, to join us here at Dollar Workout Club. And don't forget to follow us on social media using these handles below.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.